Did you know one vegetable in your kitchen, a healthy staple, could quietly raise your stroke risk overnight? Imagine waking up with slurred speech or lost balance. As a doctor who's treated many seniors, I've seen trusted vegetables, not junk food, lead to silent, deadly clots after 60. Our aging bodies handle blood differently, creating fragile conditions. Today, I'll reveal 7 everyday vegetables that can harm your brain and independence if not handled wisely. Stay with me. This knowledge could truly save your life. Before we start, if this unsettling thought resonates with you, please comment yes below. It shows me you understand and helps others feel less alone. Okay, let's begin. 1. Spinach. The hidden vitamin K trap. If you're over 60, I bet you've heard it 1,000 times, right? From your parents, from health magazines, from almost every doctor, spinach is one of the healthiest foods on earth. We've been taught since childhood to eat your greens, because they keep your heart strong. It sounds so harmless, so wise, doesn't it? For decades, we've faithfully added spinach to our diets, believing we were doing our bodies an immense favor, building strength and fending off illness. It's practically ingrained in our American way of thinking about healthy eating. But what if this very green superfood, the one supposedly protecting your brain and heart, could actually trigger a stroke, sometimes overnight? I know, it sounds impossible. It probably makes you raise an eyebrow, maybe even a little skepticism creeps in. You're thinking, spinach? The leafy green Popeye swore by? No way. But as a brain doctor who's witnessed countless cases, I can tell you, I've seen it happen more times than I care to remember. It's a silent danger, one that makes no noise until it's too late. Here's the scientific truth often overlooked in general health advice. Spinach is packed with vitamin K. Now, vitamin K itself is a powerful and essential nutrient. It plays a crucial role in helping your blood clot properly. When you're young and your body is in perfect balance, that's a wonderful thing. It helps heal cuts and prevents excessive bleeding. It's part of our body's amazing natural defense system. However, as we age, especially once we cross that 60-year mark, things start to change quietly inside us. Our bodies just don't operate with the same precision anymore. Our livers, for instance, begin to process medications a little slower. Our blood vessels, once pliable and resilient, start to grow stiffer and more fragile. And here's the real kicker. Many of us, as we get older, are prescribed blood thinners. Think of medications like warfarin or Coumadin. These drugs are lifesavers, specifically designed to prevent dangerous blood clots from forming and causing strokes or heart attacks. They effectively thin your blood to keep it flowing smoothly. Now, here's the critical part, the why that truly matters for us seniors. Vitamin K directly counteracts the effect of these vital medications. It's like a silent tug-of-war happening right inside your veins. So, if you're taking blood thinners, and you then consume a large amount of spinach, perhaps a big, beautiful spinach salad for lunch, a hearty green smoothie packed with it for breakfast, or a generous serving of sautéed greens with dinner, your medication suddenly can't do its job effectively. It's being fought against by the very healthy food you're eating. What happens next? Your blood, which has been carefully thinned to prevent clots, starts to thicken again. Circulation can slow, like a sluggish river. And in that slower flow, small clots begin to form silently. Picture them like tiny grains of sand, gathering and accumulating in a stream, too small to notice, too subtle to feel. You won't feel a thing. You won't see anything alarming. But it's happening, hour by hour, day by day, building up. And then, sometimes, unexpectedly, often overnight, one of those tiny silent clots finds its way to your brain. That's when everything changes in an instant. Your speech might suddenly slur, your vision could blur, or one side of your body might stop responding. A stroke has struck. Quietly, cruelly, without a single warning, you could have felt beforehand. I'll never forget Mr. David Peterson, a wonderful 74-year-old retired engineer from Wisconsin. He was a gentle man, always sharp-witted with kind eyes. Mr. Peterson was meticulous about his health. He took his blood thinner faithfully every evening, exactly as prescribed. And, like so many health-conscious folks, he started his mornings with a vibrant green smoothie. It was, he told me, brimming with spinach, kale, and avocado. He drank it daily year-round, because he genuinely wanted to live longer, to stay strong and active for his beloved grandchildren. 4 months, even years, he felt fine, believing he was doing everything right to protect himself. 2. Beets. The blood pressure roller coaster. If you're over 60, chances are you've been told that beets are a wonderful friend to your heart. They're often praised for their ability to naturally open up your blood vessels and improve circulation. I even know many of my patients who diligently drink beet juice every morning, believing it's a natural way to lower their blood pressure and keep their brains sharp. And it's true, for a younger body, beets do offer those benefits. But here's a truth very few doctors ever say out loud, and it's especially crucial for us seniors. For older adults, particularly those already on blood pressure medication, beets can quietly push your body into a dangerous imbalance. One that can trigger strokes and form deadly blood clots while you sleep. You see, beets are rich in nitrates, natural compounds that our bodies convert into nitric oxide. This nitric oxide actually helps your blood vessels relax, dilate, and as a result, your blood pressure drops. This sounds fantastic, and it is, for a younger body, a body that can quickly adjust to these changes. But in the aging body, things become more fragile. The delicate balance between blood flow and blood pressure becomes easily disrupted. Your arteries, over the years, have stiffened a bit. Your heart doesn't pump quite as forcefully as it used to. And your brain, the hungriest organ in your body, depends absolutely on a steady stream of oxygen-rich blood to survive. When that steady stream slows down too much, even for just a few minutes, brain cells start to die. It's a harsh reality. Now, picture this scenario. You've taken your blood pressure medication with dinner, as usual. And then you, with the best intentions, enjoy a glass of beet juice, believing it will help your circulation. Seems harmless, right? Even quite responsible. But when your blood pressure medication combines with the natural nitrates in beets, they can push your pressure far below what your body needs to maintain adequate blood flow to your brain. Especially at night, when you're sleeping, your blood pressure naturally dips even lower. Your blood moves sluggishly through those already somewhat narrowed vessels. And in that slowed, low-pressure environment, blood begins to pool. It thickens. And that's when it happens. It forms clots. Tiny ones at first, silent, invisible, like grains of sand accumulating. But when one of them travels to the brain, the result can be catastrophic. This is exactly what happened to Mrs. Eleanor Vance, a 79-year-old retired teacher from Arizona. She prided herself on her natural lifestyle. No soda, no fast food, only whole grains and vegetables. And every night, she drank beet juice, believing it was her natural way to keep her blood pressure down. Then one morning, she tried to get out of bed and collapsed. Her vision spun, her words slurred. At the hospital, her blood pressure was dangerously low. A scan showed a small but devastating ischemic stroke in her cerebellum, the part of the brain that controls balance. The clot had formed during the night, when her blood pressure dipped too far for too long. It was heartbreaking. This is what I wish more seniors understood. Not all heart-healthy foods are brain-safe. When you combine foods that dilate vessels with medications that do the same, your circulation can slow so much that the blood itself becomes a risk. And once your brain's oxygen supply falters, the clock starts ticking. Neurons begin to die in minutes. 3. Celery, the silent dehydrator. For decades, celery has been praised as the perfect diet food. Crisp, refreshing, light, and full of water. You've probably seen it in every senior health magazine, labeled as a guilt-free snack that keeps you hydrated and supports heart health. It's a convenient snack, easy to grab for lunch or as an evening bite. But as a neurologist who has treated stroke patients for over 30 years, I can tell you this. For many older adults, that innocent-looking stalk can quietly create the exact conditions that trigger strokes and form deadly blood clots, often while you sleep. Celery acts as a natural diuretic. It makes your kidneys release water and sodium more quickly. Sounds good at first, right? It reduces bloating and can even lower blood pressure a little. But here's why it can become a problem for us as we age. If you're over 60, your body no longer regulates fluids as efficiently as it once did. Your blood vessels have stiffened, your kidneys filter more slowly, and your brain depends on steady hydration to keep blood flowing freely. The problem is that when you lose too much fluid, your blood becomes thicker, more like syrup than water. And that's when the danger begins. Now, imagine this. You've taken your evening dose of a diuretic or blood pressure medication. You've munched on a few crisp celery sticks as a late-night snack, feeling like you're doing something healthy. And you head to bed feeling well. During the night, your body keeps releasing fluid, but you're not awake to drink water to replenish it. As you sleep, your blood volume quietly drops. Your circulation slows, and your brain receives less oxygen than it should. In this thickened, slow-moving blood, clots begin to form. Tiny ones at first, often in the small vessels that feed the brain's most sensitive areas. By morning, the results can be devastating. You might wake up dizzy, your balance gone, your words tangled, or in the worst cases, you might not wake up at all. I once cared for a patient named Mr. Robert Davis, 82, a retired carpenter from Florida. He was a very active, vibrant man. Every night before bed, he had a fixed routine. He ate celery sticks with peanut butter, considering it his healthy snack. He also took a mild diuretic for high blood pressure. One fateful morning, his wife found him slumped in his recliner, unable to move his left arm. A scan revealed a small but life-changing ischemic stroke. His blood was thick, his sodium low, and his body severely dehydrated. A perfect storm had been building for weeks, right under his nose. He just didn't know it. This is why dehydration is one of the most underestimated stroke triggers in older adults. It doesn't take a hot summer day or strenuous physical exertion to dehydrate you. It can happen silently through something as simple as too much celery combined with our age and medications. When your blood thickens, it doesn't flow freely. It lingers in clumps, like sludge in a creek, and that's when clots form. Small, silent, lethal. 4. Kale. The hidden thyroid suppressor. Kale. It's the crown jewel of modern health food, isn't it? You see it in every grocery store, every smoothie bar, every anti-aging cookbook. It's marketed as a miracle vegetable, loaded with vitamins, fiber, and antioxidants, promising to keep you young and protect your heart. In recent years, kale has become the poster child for healthy living, a must-have in the diets of many Americans, especially older folks trying to stay fit and vibrant. But what if I told you that for many people over 60, this so-called superfood could quietly disrupt your body's delicate balance, slow your brain, and even trigger strokes by creating the perfect conditions for blood clots to form? The truth is, kale isn't dangerous by nature. It's dangerous by ignorance, by applying advice meant for younger bodies to our aging systems without understanding the crucial differences. The older we get, the more fragile our internal systems become. Our metabolism slows, our organs work harder, and our hormone balance becomes much easier to disturb. Kale contains natural compounds called goitrogens, and here's the rub. They interfere with how your thyroid uses iodine. Iodine is a vital mineral your thyroid needs to function properly, and your thyroid plays a central role in regulating your entire body's metabolism. When your thyroid slows down, even slightly, your metabolism weakens. Your cholesterol levels might start to creep up, and your circulation changes. Over time, these changes lead to your blood thickening, your arteries stiffening, and oxygen delivery to your brain becoming unstable. I've seen it countless times in my practice. Older adults who believe they're eating for longevity, when in reality, they're slowly setting the stage for serious vascular trouble. One of my patients, Mrs. Susan Miller, 76, from Oregon, was one of them. She started every morning with a raw kale smoothie. Spinach, kale, almond milk, and a scoop of protein powder. It's what all the health blogs say to do, she proudly told me. For months, she felt energetic, thinking she'd found the secret to youthfulness. But then came the fatigue, the foggy thinking, and the weight gain. She brushed these symptoms off, attributing them to just being part of aging. Until one fateful afternoon, she stumbled in her garden, her right hand suddenly weak and uncoordinated. At the hospital, her thyroid hormone levels were alarmingly low, her cholesterol dangerously high, and imaging revealed a small ischemic stroke. The clot had formed in one of her carotid branches, a tiny blockage in the vessel that feeds oxygen to the brain. The underlying cause? A combination of thyroid suppression from years of raw kale smoothies and blood thickening from a slowed metabolism. It didn't happen overnight, but when the body's balance finally tipped, it happened fast, and it changed her life forever. This is what I wish more seniors understood. Healthy is not the same as harmless. Your body at 70 is not your body at 40. The foods that once fueled you can now interfere with your hormones, your medications, and your blood flow in unpredictable ways. When your thyroid slows, your blood no longer moves as it should. It becomes heavier, slower, and more likely to clot. And those clots, invisible and silent, can strike without warning. 5. Canned vegetables. The sodium bomb. For many older Americans, canned vegetables are a symbol of comfort and simplicity. They remind us of easy meals, childhood dinners, and that familiar, stocked pantry feeling of security. So many of our families grew up with cans of green beans, corn, or diced tomatoes, and we always considered them vegetables. So they must be healthy, right? We believed we were putting wholesome choices on the dinner table. But what most seniors don't realize is that inside those bright labels and friendly slogans lies one of the most silent and overlooked dangers to our aging brains and hearts. It's the kind of danger that makes no noise and causes no pain until it causes a serious problem. The truth is, many canned vegetables are loaded with sodium, preservatives, and other hidden chemicals. And these, you see, quietly raise our blood pressure, strain our arteries, and in time, can trigger strokes and form deadly blood clots. Here's how it happens in our aging bodies. As we get older, our blood vessels lose flexibility. The once supple walls of our arteries, designed to expand and contract, begin to stiffen, much like an old rubber hose losing its elasticity. At the same time, our kidneys, which used to effortlessly filter excess salt, become less efficient. So, when an older adult eats a can of green beans, corn, or even a soup that contains anywhere from 700 to 900 milligrams of sodium per serving, that's more than a third of your daily recommended limit in a single sitting. The salt doesn't just flush out. It stays. It builds up in your system. And that extra sodium pulls water into the bloodstream, thickening your blood and putting immense pressure on your vessel walls, which are already stiffening. Over time, this combination of thick blood and stressed arteries sets off a chain reaction inside your body. Tiny cracks begin to form along the vessel lining, microscopic fissures you'd never feel. The body rushes to repair them, sending platelets and clotting factors to patch those tiny injuries. But instead of just healing, in the process, blood clots begin to form. You don't feel the damage. You don't sense it happening. But inside your brain, your arteries are fighting a silent battle between too much pressure and too little space. All it takes is one small clot, one blocked artery, and in seconds, everything you know, your memories, your speech, your independence, can be stripped away. I'll never forget Mr. Arthur Lewis, an 80-year-old widower from Michigan. After his wife passed, he began relying on canned meals for convenience. Green beans, canned soups, and canned vegetables were his comfort, his easy go-to. "They're vegetables," he told me during one checkup. "They can't hurt me." But over time, his blood pressure steadily crept higher. 160, 170, sometimes 180. He felt fine, maybe a little tired, but he attributed that to age. Until one morning, his daughter found him in the kitchen staring blankly, unable to speak a single word. A CT scan showed a moderate ischemic stroke. His arteries were thickened and strained. His sodium levels were sky high. The culprit wasn't a fast food diet. It was the healthy canned food he thought was keeping him safe. For seniors, the danger of sodium isn't just about high blood pressure numbers. It's about blood consistency. When salt draws fluid into the bloodstream, it makes blood denser, heavier, and more prone to clotting. When that thick blood moves through narrow, aging arteries, it slows down, sticks to vessel walls, and in some cases, clots together. That's the perfect recipe for stroke, a slow, invisible buildup followed by a sudden catastrophe. 6. Potatoes. Sugar in disguise. Few foods feel more American than our humble potato, right? Mashed with butter at Thanksgiving, baked with sour cream on Sunday, or fried crisp and golden at the diner down the street. It's comfort, tradition, and a sense of home on a plate. It's been a part of our lives since we were kids, and we often just see it as a simple, wholesome vegetable. But for millions of older adults, this familiar favorite has quietly become one of the most dangerous vegetables on their tables. I say this as a doctor who has spent decades studying strokes, and I've seen it repeatedly. Beneath its wholesome, friendly image, the potato is a sugar bomb in disguise. And it can silently trigger strokes and form blood clots in our aging bodies that can no longer process sugar the way they once did. The truth is, potatoes are starch, pure concentrated starch that quickly converts into glucose, sugar, the moment you chew. You might not think of it that way, but one medium-baked potato can raise your blood sugar faster than a can of soda. This is what nutritionists call a high glycemic load. For younger people with fast metabolisms and robust insulin systems, insulin surges quickly and efficiently clears that sugar from the bloodstream. But once you're past 60, things start to slow down. Your pancreas doesn't respond as sharply, your insulin sensitivity drops, and your blood sugar lingers longer. That lingering sugar is what quietly starts the chain reaction toward vascular damage. When your blood sugar spikes, the excess glucose sticks to proteins in your blood and vessel walls, a concerning process called glycation. Over time, this thickens and inflames your arteries. The lining of your blood vessels, the delicate endothelium, becomes irritated, developing microscopic cracks. The body, always trying to heal itself, sends platelets and clotting factors to patch those tiny injuries. But as it does, it forms blood clots that can obstruct blood flow, especially in the brain's narrow vessels. It happens slowly, silently, without pain, without obvious symptoms, until one day the clot grows just large enough to stop the blood completely. That's when everything changes in an instant. 7. Pickles and fermented vegetables. Acid and salt, double trouble. There's something comforting about the sharp crunch of a pickle, isn't there? For many older Americans, it's a taste that brings back warm memories. Family cookouts, summer lunches, a cold spear beside a favorite sandwich. It feels refreshing, even cleansing. And with all the new talk about probiotics and gut health, it's easy to believe that pickles, sauerkraut, or kimchi are some of the healthiest foods you can eat. They're touted as gut superfoods. But here's the truth I've learned after decades as a neurologist. For seniors, especially those managing blood pressure or circulation problems, that simple pickle can quietly set off a dangerous chain reaction that triggers strokes and forms blood clots in the most vulnerable organ you have, your brain. The danger isn't in one bite. It's in what happens over time, especially when salt and acid meet our aging bodies. As we wrap up, we've explored 7 critical vegetables and the hidden ways they can impact our health in these golden years. But knowledge is only truly powerful when we put it into action. So now, I have one important question, just for you. What is the one small commitment you are making to yourself after watching this video? It could be as simple as, I will check the sodium on my canned goods tonight, or I'll try my beet juice earlier in the day. Please, share your personal commitment in the comments below. Let's inspire each other to take that crucial first step towards a healthier, more independent future. And if you found real value and inspiration in our time together today, please show your support by giving this video a hearty like. To ensure you continue on this journey with us and never miss another video full of life-changing wisdom, hit that subscribe button. It's more than just subscribing. It's joining a warm community dedicated to living our best lives, together. Finally, think of just one person who needs to hear this message today, someone you care about deeply, and please share it with them. You truly might just change their life. Thank you for watching. Stay healthy, stay wise, and I'll see you in the next video.